Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Listening Club. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. We're really happy you're here with us today.
In today's episode, we're talking about something simple, beautiful, and very human. Nature.
That already sounds relaxing.
Yes, it does.
Our topic today is, why does nature make us feel better?
I really like this question because I think many people feel it in their daily lives. After a walk outside, after sitting near trees, or after spending time by the sea, they often say, "I feel better now."
Yes, even if they were stressed before.
Exactly. So in this episode, we'll talk about why nature can calm us, why people feel more peaceful outside, and why modern life may make nature feel even more important.
And we'll keep it simple, easy, and natural.
Okay, Jack, let's begin with the basic question. Why do you think nature makes people feel better?
Well, I think one reason is that nature slows us down. Modern life is fast. Phones are fast. Work is fast. Messages are fast. But nature is usually slower.
Yes.
Trees grow slowly. Clouds move slowly. Waves come and go in a soft rhythm. Even a quiet park feels different from a busy street.
I love that word, rhythm.
Me too. I think nature has a rhythm that the body understands.
That makes a lot of sense. When we are in a noisy or busy place, our minds can feel pulled in many directions. But in nature, things often feel simpler.
Yes, simpler, quieter, and softer.
I think that quietness matters a lot. Many people are tired, but not only physically tired, they are mentally tired.
That's true.
Too much information, too many screens, too many decisions, too much noise. After a while, the mind feels full.
And nature gives the mind some space.
Exactly.
It's like the brain can finally take a deep breath.
Yes, that's a lovely way to say it.
And I think nature also asks less from us. When you are online, something always wants your attention. Click this, watch that, reply now, read more.
Yes, it never really stops.
But a tree does not ask anything from you. A river does not ask you to hurry. The sky does not ask you to answer a message.
That sounds funny, but it's true.
Yeah, nature is just there.
And maybe that is part of the comfort. Nature does not judge us. It does not rush us. It just lets us be there.
I think many people need that more than they realize.
Let's talk about how nature affects the body. Because I think the feeling is not only emotional, it can feel physical too.
Yes, definitely.
For example, when people step into a quiet park, sit near water, or walk under trees, they often feel their shoulders relax. Their breathing changes. Their bodies become less tense.
That's true. Sometimes you don't even notice how tense you are until you begin to relax.
Exactly.
I think nature helps the body feel safer. Not always, of course. Some parts of nature can be wild or dangerous. But in many peaceful, natural spaces, the body does not feel attacked by noise or pressure.
So the body stops being on high alert.
Yes, that's a good way to say it.
Do you think this is why people often say they think more clearly after going outside?
I do. When the mind is too full, staying in the same room with the same thoughts can make everything feel heavier. But going outside changes something.
The view changes.
The air changes.
The body moves.
And sometimes that small change helps the mind reset.
I felt that many times. You go for a short walk and the problem is still there, but it feels a little smaller,
Yes, not gone, but smaller.
more manageable.
Exactly.
I also think nature reminds people that life is bigger than their daily stress.
What do you mean?
I mean, when we are stressed, our world becomes very small. We think only about the problem, the deadline, the mistake, the worry. But then we look at the sky, or the sea, or the mountains, and suddenly our mind opens a little.
That's beautiful.
It's like nature says, there is more than this one difficult moment.
Yes, your problem may still matter, but it is no longer the whole world.
I think that feeling is very powerful.
It is. Nature can make people feel both smaller and freer at the same time.
Smaller and freer?
Yes, smaller because you remember you are part of something bigger, but freer because that bigger view can take some pressure away.
Hmm, I really like that.
Me too.
Let's talk about why modern people may need nature even more now.
That's an important question. I think it's because many people live very indoor lives now.
Yes, home, office, car, train, shop, screen, screen, screen.
Exactly. A lot of modern life happens inside.
And even when people are outside, they may still be mentally inside, looking at a phone, wearing headphones, rushing somewhere.
So they are outside, but not really with the outside world.
Yes, that's it.
I think that is why even small moments in nature can feel surprisingly strong. A short walk in the morning, sunlight through a window, birds in the distance, a few minutes under a tree.
It does not always need to be a forest or a mountain.
Right. Nature does not have to be perfect or huge to help us.
That's very important because some people may think, well, I don't live near a beach or a beautiful lake, so this doesn't apply to me.
But it still can.
A small park can help. A quiet street with trees can help. Even sitting near a plant and opening a window can feel different from sitting in a closed, busy room all day.
Yes, small contact with nature still matters.
Why do people often feel drawn to sunlight?
I think sunlight changes our mood in a very direct way. A dark room can make us feel low or sleepy, while warm natural light often makes us feel more awake and alive.
Yes, sunlight can change the whole feeling of a day.
It really can. That's why many people feel happier on bright mornings or calmer when they watch the sunset.
Sunsets are hard not to love.
Very true.
I think another reason nature helps is because it brings us back to the present moment.
Say more about that.
Well, when people are stressed, they often live in the future or the past. They worry about what might happen, or they think about what already happened. But nature pulls attention back to now.
The sound of leaves,
The feeling of wind,
the smell after rain.
the color of the sky.
Yes, nature gives the senses something real and immediate, and that can help people stop spinning in their thoughts.
Exactly. Nature can make the mind quieter by giving it something gentle to notice.
Not notice this now, but just something to notice.
Yes, very gently.
I think that is one reason why people enjoy sitting by water so much. A lake, a river, the sea. There is movement, but not pressure.
Water is very calming.
It is. Watching waves or flowing water can almost feel like the mind is being smoothed out.
Smoothed out. I love that phrase.
It feels right, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does.
Do you think people love nature because it reminds them of something old and familiar?
That's interesting. What do you mean by old and familiar?
I mean, humans have lived with the natural world for a very long time. Trees, sky, water, seasons, sunlight. These are not new to us. In some deep way, they may feel familiar to the body and mind.
Even if modern life feels normal, nature may feel more original.
Yes, exactly. More original.
I think that may be why nature can feel like home, even when we are in a place we have never visited before.
That's a lovely thought.
A mountain path, a quiet lake, a windy field. These places can feel strangely familiar.
As if something inside us already knows them.
And maybe that is comforting.
Very comforting.
Let's talk about something simple. Why do people often feel better after walking outside, even for just 10 or 15 minutes?
I think it's because several helpful things happen at once. The body moves. The eyes look farther away instead of only at a screen. The air changes. The mind gets a short break from pressure.
So a short walk is doing more than we think.
Yes, much more.
And walking itself can help thoughts move.
Absolutely. Some people find answers while walking, or feel less stuck after moving their body a little.
It's like the brain says, Oh, good, we're moving now. Maybe I can move too.
I think that's true, honestly.
I also notice that in nature, people often speak more softly.
That's true.
They slow down, they look around more, they breathe more deeply. Even conversation can change.
Nature changes the tone of the moment.
Yes, the tone becomes calmer.
And maybe that is something we are really looking for. Not only beauty, but calm.
I think so too.
Beauty helps, of course. Flowers, sunlight, trees, stars, all of that matters. But maybe what people truly love is the feeling that nature gives them.
Peace, space, quiet, perspective.
Yes, those things.
But let's be honest, not every person feels deeply connected to nature all the time.
That's true.
Some people here go outside and relax and think, maybe later.
Yes, not everyone wants to climb a mountain.
And that's okay. I think the point is not that everyone must suddenly become an outdoor person.
Right. The point is just that nature can support us in simple ways.
Maybe that means sitting in the sun for a few minutes, maybe watering plants, maybe taking a slow walk after dinner, maybe watching the sky in the evening.
It doesn't have to be dramatic.
No, not at all.
Sometimes people think healing has to be big, but often small, peaceful things help the most.
A little light, a little air, a little quiet.
A little green.
Yes, a little green too.
I think there's also something hopeful in nature. Seasons change. Trees lose leaves and grow them again. Rain ends. Morning comes after night.
That's beautiful. Nature shows us that change is normal.
Yes, nothing stays exactly the same forever.
And for people going through hard times, that can be a comforting message.
Very comforting.
Nature does not solve every problem, but it can remind us to slow down, breathe, and keep going.
Exactly. It helps without speaking.
A very quiet kind of help.
The quiet kind may be the best kind.
Before we finish, let's make the idea simple. If someone asks, why does nature make us feel better? What would you say?
I would say nature helps us slow down, gives the mind space, relaxes the body, and reminds us that life is bigger than our stress.
That's a lovely answer.
What about you?
I would say, nature feels peaceful because it is quiet, real, and not demanding. It brings us back to the present moment and helps us feel a little more human again.
A little more human again. I really like that.
Me too. It feels true.
So today's idea is simple. Nature makes us feel better because it slows us down, calms the senses, gives our minds rest, and helps us feel more connected to the world, to the moment, and maybe even to ourselves.
Yes. And even a small moment with nature can matter. A short walk, sunlight on your face, a quiet tree, a bit of wind, or a few minutes under the open sky.
Those small things can do a lot.
Thanks for listening to English Listening Club.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
And maybe after this, go outside for a few minutes.
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea.
Take care, keep listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!